Hey y'all, welcome to the Black Girl Who Reads podcast. This is Tony, the Black Girl who's reading to y'all today. So like I said, definitely welcome to the Black Girl Who Reads. Here I read stories aloud, share reflections, and invite you into the thoughts and emotions they bring up for me and for you. I know they're going to bring them up for you. Don't worry. So today's reading is the ending, the stave number 5 of the Christmas Carol. So let's go ahead and get into this, y'all, so we can see how this bad boy has ended. I put it that way, with Mr. Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge, y'all. Like I said, this is my first time reading this, and I'm very excited about this. I've been very excited, as y'all can tell, about this entire book. So like I said, let's go ahead and get into this. But I do want to say before we do, if you all have not subscribed yet, make sure that you go ahead and do so and subscribe to the podcast if you like read-along type books, classic books, I put it that way. Yes, they're all copyright free. This is not my writing. Some of it at some point will definitely be. But for right now, A Christmas Carol is definitely not mine. But like I said, let's go ahead and get into this, y'all. But make sure y'all subscribe too. And feel free to, of course, invite your friends to or to share this with them. Feel free. I do not mind, y'all. So let's go ahead and get it. Oh, and I also want to say, for those of you who want to see the video of me reading this, it is on my YouTube channel, which is my name, Tonetta Clay. And I should have, I will put the information in the description as well so that you can check that out if you'd rather have a video of me just sitting here reading. Feel free, because I have different pillows. Well, I have 2 cute little pillows. The one I'm using today is my little cow friend. I don't know the actual name of it. It's called Squishamallows. So like I said, this is a big cow. I got 2 little ones over there too. The other one I had that I was reading with, or holding my hands on while I was reading, was a pillow pet. That was a ladybug. So like I said, if you like to just want to see what I'm doing, how I'm reading, come on over on YouTube. My channel is Tonetta Clay. My name, that's all you got to type in. I'm the only one. So let's go ahead and get into this, y'all. Stave 5. I'm excited about this. I hope y'all excited as I am. Let's go ahead and get into this. Stave 5, The Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens, the end of it. Yes, and the bedpost was his own. The bed was his own. The room was his own. Best and happiest of all. The time before him was his own to make amends in. I will live in the past, the present, and the future, Scrooge repeated as he scrambled out of bed. The spirits of all 3 shall strive within me. Oh, I love it. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and the Christmas time be praised for this. I said on my knees, oh, Jacob, on my knees, y'all. Brought him to his knees. I love it, y'all. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, my God, I'm going to shed a tear. Oh, my goodness. He was so fluttered and so glowing with his good intentions that his broken voice would have... We have ambulances down a walkway. That his broken voice would scarcely answer to his call. He had been sobbing violently in his conflict with the spirit, and his face was wet with tears. They are not torn down, Scrooge cried, folding one of his bed curtains in his arm. They are not torn down, rings and all. They are here. I am here. The shadows of the things that would have been may be dispelled. They will be. I know they will. His hands were busy with his garments all the time, turning them inside out, putting them on upside down, tearing them, mislaying them, making them parties to every kind of extravagance. I don't know what to do, cried Scrooge, laughing and crying in the same breath and making a perfect locoon of himself with his stockings. I am as light as a feather. I am as happy as an angel. I am as merry as a schoolboy. I am as giddy as a drunken man. A Merry Christmas to everybody. A Happy New Year to all the world. Hallow here, whoop hollow. He had frisked into the sitting room and was now standing there, perfectly winded. There is a saucepan that the gruel was in, cried Scrooge, starting off again and going round the fireplace. There is the door by which the ghost of Jacob Marley entered. There is the corner where the ghost of Christmas present sat. There is the window where I saw the wandering spirits. It's all right. It's all true. It all happened. Ha, ha, ha. This is awesome, y'all. My God. Really, for a man who had been out of practice for so many years, it was a splendid laugh, a most illustrious laugh, the father of a long, long line of brilliant laughs. I don't know what day of the month it is, said Scrooge. I don't know how long I've been among the spirits. I don't know anything. I'm quiet as a baby. Never mind, I don't care. I'd rather be a baby. Hollow hoop hollow here. He was checked in his transports by the church ringing out the lustiest peals he had ever heard. Clash, clang, hammer, ding, dong, bell, bell, dong, ding, hammer, clang, clash. Oh, glorious, glorious. Running to the window, he opened it and put out his head. No fog, no mist, clear, bright, jovial, staring, cold, cold, piping for the blood to dance to. Golden sunlight, heavenly sky, sweet fresh air, merry bells, oh glorious, glorious. What's today? Cried Scrooge, calling downward to a boy in Sunday clothes, who perhaps had lured her in to look about him. Eh? Returned the boy, with all his might of wonder. What's today, my fine fellow? Said Scrooge. Today? Replied the boy. Why, today is Christmas. It's Christmas Day, said Scrooge to himself. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they like. Of course they can. Of course they can. Hallo, my fine friend. Hallo, my fine fellow. Hallo, returned the boy. Do you know the poulterers in the next street but one, at the corner? Scrooge inquired. I should hope I did, replied the lad. An intelligent boy, said Scrooge. A remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging up in there? Not the little prize turkey, but the big one. What, the one as big as me? Returned the boy. What a delightful boy, said Scrooge. It's a pleasure to talk to him. Yes, my buck. It's hanging there now, replied the boy. Is it? Said Scrooge. Go and buy it. Walker, exclaimed the boy. No, no, said Scrooge. I am in earnest. Go and buy it and tell them to bring it here, that I may give them direction where to take it. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown. The boy was off like a shot. I would have been too. He must have had a steady hand at a trigger who could have got a shot off half so fast. I'll send Bob to the Cratchits, whispered Scrooge, rubbing his hands and splitting with a laugh. He shan't know who sends it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim. Joe Miller never made such a joke as sending it to Bob's will be. The hand in which he wrote the address was not a steady one, but write it he did. Somehow went downstairs to open the street door, ready for the coming of the poulterer's man. As he stood there waiting for his arrival, the knocker caught his eye. I shall love it as long as I live, cried Scrooge, panting with his hand. I scarcely ever looked at it before. What an honest expression it has in its face. It's a wonderful knocker. Here is the turkey. Hallo, whoop. How are you? Merry Christmas. It was a turkey. He never could have stood up on his legs, that bird. He would have snapped him off short in a minute like sticks of sealing wax. It must be a big doggone turkey, y'all. How big could this thing be? Goodness gracious. Why, it's impossible to carry that to Camden Town, said Scrooge. You must have a cab. The chuckle with which he said this, and the chuckle with which he paid for the turkey, and the chuckle with which he paid for the cab, and the chuckle with which he recompensed the boy, were only to be exceeded by the chuckle with which he sat down breathless in his chair again, and chuckled till he cried. Shaving was not an easy task, for his hand continued to shake very much, and shaving requires attention, even when you don't dance while you are at it. But if he had cut the end of the nose off, he would have put a piece of sticking plaster over it and been quite satisfied. He dressed himself all the best and at last got onto the streets. The people were by this time pouring forth, as he had seen them with the ghost of Christmas present, and walking with his hands behind him, Scrooge regarded everyone with a delighted smile. He looked so irresistibly pleasant, in a word, that 3 or 4 good-humored fellows said, Good morning, sir, a Merry Christmas to you. And Scrooge said often afterwards that of all the blithe sounds he had ever heard, those were the blithest in his ears. He had not gone far when coming on towards him, he beheld the portly gentleman who had walked into his counting house the day before and said, Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. It sent a pang across his heart to think how this old gentleman would look upon him when they met, but he knew what path lay straight before him and he took it. My dear sir, said Scrooge, quickening his pace and taking the old gentleman by both his hands. How do you do? I hope you succeeded yesterday. It was very kind of you. A Merry Christmas to you, sir. Mr. Scrooge. Yes, said Mr. Scrooge. That is my name, and I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon, and will you have the goodness? Here, Scrooge whispered in his ear. Lord bless me, cried the gentleman, as if his breath were taken away. My dear Scrooge, are you serious? If you please, said Scrooge, not a farthing less. A great many back payments are included in it, I assure you. Will you do me that favor? My dear sir, said the gentleman, shaking hands with him, I don't know what to say to such munify. Don't say anything, please, retorted Scrooge. Come and see me. Will you come and see me? I will, cried the old gentleman, and it was clear he meant to do it. Thank ye, said Scrooge. I am much obliged to you. I thank you 50 times. Bless you. He went to the church and walked about the streets and watched the people hurrying to and fro, and patted children on the head and questioned beggars, looked down into the kitchens of houses and up to the windows, and found that everything could yield him pleasure. He had never dreamed that anything could give him so much happiness. In the afternoon, he turned his steps toward his nephew's house. He passed the door a dozen times before he had the courage to go up and knock. But he made a dash and did it. Is your master at home, my dear? Said Scrooge to the girl. Nice girl, very. Yes, sir. Where is he, my love? Said Scrooge. He is in the dining room, sir, along with his mistress. I'll show you upstairs, if you please. Thank ye. He knows me, said Scrooge, with his hand already on the dining room lock. I'll go in here, my dear. He turned it gently and sidled his face in around the door. They were looking at the table, which was spread out in great array, for these young housekeepers are always nervous on such points and like to see everything is right. Fred, said Scrooge, dear heart alive, how his niece by marriage started. Scrooge had forgotten for the moment about her sitting in the corner with the footstool, or he wouldn't have done it on any account. Why, bless my soul, cried Fred. Who's that? It's I, your Uncle Scrooge. I have come to dinner. Will you let me in, Fred? Let him in? It is a mercy he didn't shake his arm off. He was at home in 5 minutes. Nothing could be heartier. His niece looked just the same. So did Topper when he came. So did the plump sister when she came. So did everyone when they came. Wonderful party, wonderful games, wonderful unanimity, wonderful happiness. But he was early at the office next morning. Oh, he was early there. If he could only be the first there and catch Bob Cratchit coming in, that was the thing he had set his heart upon. And he did. And he did it. Yes, he did. The clock struck 9, no Bob. A quarter past, no Bob. He was full 18 minutes and a half past his time. Scrooge sat with the door wide open that he may see him come into the tank. His hat was off before he opened the door, his comforter too. He was on his stool in a jiffy, driving away with his pen, as if he were trying to overtake 9 o'clock. Hallo, growled Scrooge in his accustomed voice, as near as he could feign it. What do you mean, coming here at this time of day? I'm very sorry, sir, said Bob. I'm behind my time. You are, repeated Scrooge. Yes, I think you are. Step this way, sir, if you please. It's only once a year, sir, pleaded Bob, appearing from the tank. It shall not be repeated. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir. Now I'll tell you what my friend said, Scrooge. I am not going to stand this sort of thing any longer, and therefore, he continued, leaping from his stool, giving Bob such a dig in his waistcoat that he staggered back into the tank again. And therefore, I am about to raise your salary. Bob trembled and got a little nearer to the ruler. He had a momentary idea of knocking Scrooge down with it, holding him and calling to the people in the court for help in a straight waistcoat. "A Merry Christmas, Bob," said Scrooge, with an earnest that could not be mistaken, as he clapped him on the back. "A merrier Christmas, Bob, my good fellow, than I have given you for many a year. I'll raise your salary and endeavor to assist your struggling family, and we will discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a Christmas bowl of smoking bishop, Bob. Making up the fires and buy another coal scuttle before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit." Here's the picture if y'all can see it. I'm hoping y'all can see the picture there. Trying to get it as close as I can. They're sitting at a table. Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all, and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good as a friend. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good as a man as the good old city knew, or any other old city, town, or borough in the good world. Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh, and little heeded them, for he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened on this globe for good, at which some people do not have their fill of laughter in the outset. And knowing that such as these will be blind anyway, he thought it quite as well that they should wrinkle up their eyes in grins, as have the malady in less attractive forms. His own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him. He had no further intercourse with spirits, but lived upon the total abstinence principle ever afterwards. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well. If any man alive possessed the knowledge, may that truly be said of us, and all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed, God bless everyone. This was awesome, y'all. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it, y'all. All the ghosts that came to visit him, all three of them, the past, present, and the future, show him how his life had looked and could look and would look if he keep doing what the heck he was doing, being mean to people, being the Scrooge, don't care, blowing people off. They should have this already because I got it, this kind of thing. I love it, y'all. He changed his whole outlook so that the story in the end was changed as well. So he would, well, I forgot which stave it was. I think it was stave 3, where he saw his own burial grave with his name on it. Nobody, he died, I guess, by himself and that kind of thing, but nobody there to love him, to help him, anything. When he saw that, that's what it seemed to me. That's what changed his whole outlook. Way more than the other things had, because he didn't even want to see it anymore. Let me know in the comments. Y'all talk to me. Y'all talk to your girl. I want to know how this turned out for y'all and what y'all think of the Christmas Carol. And like I said before, I am going to start watching the movie. I'll watch it today. I don't know which one is. I'll just pick one. And then I'll compare it to this book, y'all, because I want to know how different it is. If there is any difference, I'll let y'all know. Like I said, I'll do a podcast afterwards to let y'all know my thoughts of comparing the movie to the book, because I definitely want to know. So like I said, again, let me know in the comments, y'all, how this book turned out for y'all and how y'all love Stave Five. I know I love the hell out of it. I put it that way. Like I said, this was the best one. I love people being shown how things can look if they don't turn around their life and their actions and their behavior. He turned 100% with 360 around. Y'all get it, y'all get it, y'all get it. But he turned all the way around and made changes and started doing the actions and not just talking about it. A lot of us want to talk, but he started doing the actions. I love it, Scrooge, y'all. So like I said, I'll see y'all in the next book. I know coming up, this is January, the beginning of January 2026. So Valentine's Day is coming up next month. So I want to start reading some romances. If y'all have any classic romances that you want me to read, let me know in the comments, y'all, and I'll try to see if I can find those. And if they're copyright free, I will choose one to read. So with that, y'all, this is Tony, your Black girl who reads. I appreciate y'all for being here, and I hope y'all have enjoyed this story, a Christmas story by Charles Dickens, as I have. Being my first time reading this has excited me through the entire thing, and I hope it has excited you all too. So like I said, I hope that I have more exciting books coming for y'all. I'm not sure where it'll be as of today. Well, I have some idea, but I will choose one and start reading it for y'all too. So with that, y'all, take care, y'all. Again, this is Tony, your Black girl who reads, and I really hope you all enjoy the reading of A Christmas Carol, stave 1 all the way through stave 5, y'all. Like I said, let me know in the comments your thoughts about this book. and how it applies to your life as well. Because I'm sure none of us are exempt from any of this. I put it that way, not even me. So with that, y'all, take care. I'll see y'all in the next book.